Welcome everyone to another video. Today we are going to be looking at a test that I am doing. I have not really proven that this is a viable strategy yet, but I have proven that it is very entertaining. So take this for what it is and enjoy using it if you want it. But yes, this is what I call the pop-up turret trap. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen something like this on the battlefield before, where people will disguise all their walls mixed in with some lightning turrets. Okay, now the problem with this is people will be able to come up and find out where your lightning pop-ups are. And so they'll get within range, and then the lightning pop-up will activate, and then they'll bring artillery to take out. They'll like mark, they'll mark the ones that are the lightning turrets, right? And they'll target them with like a long range unit, like a rocket bot. So then they'll just bring this guy over and start shooting at him. Now, the bad thing about that is the rocket bot can outrange. Oh, well, that was a bad example there. Okay. The rocket bot should be able to outrange this. Yeah. I believe they do. There we go. I don't know. Anyway, so normally you'll be able to outrange them with like artillery pieces and stuff. So what the goal here is to make it so that your pop-ups do not activate until the time that you want them to. So what I have started doing is I put them under a control group. So we'll just put them under control group 2, and I will set them to hold fire. Now what this does is it means that, for one, when they come in, they're going to be very afraid. They're going to be very concerned. They're like, okay, and they're going to be like testing the waters, like, are there pop-up turrets here, like, you know. And so they're going to be like pretty worried to push in. Anyway, you're going to have your main army back here. Now keep in mind, this costs a lot of metal, right? This costs 2,000 metal to do just this. So that's where I'm like, I'm not sure if it's fully worth it. Whereas their army costs about 4,000 metal. So this whole thing is pretty close to double the metal cost. But this amount of units would definitely be able to take all these out. Anyway, so you can they'll be like pushing in, and they'll be like, okay, there's nothing here. And because your guys are on hold fire, they're gonna realize, wait a second, he doesn't really have an army. And so they can push past. And if you do have like a bunch of pawns or something here, you know, we'll try not to have these guys. Oh, they're on maneuver. Get back here. We don't want you on maneuver. We're trying to do an example here. Anyway, so we have a bunch of pawns here, right? Now, your army is definitely going to be weaker than theirs. There's no doubt about it. Because you spent all that metal and resources on getting these pop-up turrets up. But anyway, they are under the opinion, okay, we're safe. You know, we're safe and we can push in. And a lot of times they'll even have their rocket bots like further back. That way they don't take as much damage. And they'll have their maces closer up front. So you can do a push in with your guys here. And obviously you're going to lose that. And then, you know, they can end up, they'll probably end up pushing you. So then what you do is you turn these off of hold fire, which would be better to do while your other guys are attacking. And you can shred the back line pretty well. So like you saw, that was a lot of devastation there. Like, it did take out a lot of them, and it's a surprise, which is likely going to cause them to fall back. So the key is really just to keep these off of fire at will until they are inside your trap, and then you can spring the trap on them and actually do a decent amount of damage. Now, one variation to this that might be good is actually doing like a wall. Let me see. Doing like oops, what am I doing here? Doing, my goodness, I'm sorry guys. Doing like a wall setup here with like a funnel. That way it's harder to get out of the trap once it's sprung. I don't know. These are really just theories. And this is really just for fun, because it's hilarious to watch your team or your enemy try to spring this, and then they're like, oh, there's nothing, and so they push you, and then you can just murder a bunch of the guys. Now, what is your advantage of this trap? One big advantage is you are forcing your enemy to push into you, right? So that's a huge advantage. And where is all our metal right now on the field? It's not on their side, it's on my side. So that's another really, really big advantage. And that means that even if you take some losses and it might not be like a fully beneficial trade, you did get all the metal on your side. So that's really good, because that's 2,000. I think the total cost of our trap was around 2,000. So this essentially paid for itself. Now, you have to keep in mind that the build costs and the build time is something you have to factor in, because it can take a long time to build that many dragon pop-ups. So if you do have a successful trap, you can probably just build more walls around and not even build more of the dragon pop-ups, because they might not even want to push into you afterwards, because they're like, that guy did a lot of damage to me and I don't want to have that happen again. So, I mean, these are just some theories, and I've done it a couple times. It's not the best thing out there, but it's fun. You know, it's a new way of playing, something you probably haven't tried before. So, give it a shot in your game. See if you enjoy it, and you could even do variations of this, right? Where instead of doing a spread out grouping like this, you could do something as simple as this, and then have your other set of walls more separated like this. And then you can put lightning pop-ups in between or something like that, and then they can come up to the wall and not realize that there's lightning pop-ups mixed in on the in-between spots, and you can just leave them on hold fire until they get within like really close range, and then do some massive damage with that as well. So these are different variations of that. So give it a shot in your games. Let me know in the comments if you think this is a terrible idea, which I kind of do too, but I just wanted to share it because I thought it was something unique and kind of fun that not very many people do. Um, so yeah, enjoy and let me know in the comments if it works for you. Guys, if you get value out of my videos, definitely give a subscribe. Really appreciate that. And I will see you guys on the battlefield.